In as much as we feel like the Big Brother Naija Pepper Dem reunion show has really taken so long, guys, I have learned a whole lot. Like watching this reunion, I feel like everyone on earth needs a therapist. Whether you are okay or whether you feel that things are moving on well for you, you need someone to talk to unburden. I have really learned a lot. So, guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, as always, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also click the like button if you enjoy watching this video. Okay, so dipping into today's reunion, we had Ella, we had Tacha and Fraud. Their the therapist or the doctor, I can use them interchangeably, had to dissect their character while in the house. Okay, so this therapy started with Ella, and once any housemate is being called, Ebuka gives a brief introduction about those people. I'm sure you guys are already conversant with each and every one of them. So Ella was asked that how did she feel coming into the house and leaving so early, coupled with the fact that she had set a big goal for herself. It wasn't her first time of auditioning. She has been auditioning for the show, and then how did she feel leaving that early in the house? But before she answered that, the therapist or the doctor said that he sees Ella as a go-getter, like she knows what she wants, in as much as people misunderstand her at some point, but she knows what she wants. She sets goals for herself and all that, and wants to achieve and wants to make it in life. Then Ella said, yeah, in some way that it really affected her, that she has been auditioning, and her friends actually were the ones that pushed her to. She actually started around 2012, and then when she was picked in 2019, she was like, wow, this is my goal, this is my best year, and all that. This is my year to showcase myself. And she said she has been on and off the studio. She sings and no one recognizes her. For 2 years there was no recording deal for her. She has been struggling, thinking that okay, she now felt like okay, when she goes into the Big Brother house, definitely it's going to be an open door for her. But to her it wasn't that easy, because one, she left very early. Two, she was so misunderstood in the house, and then coming out again, she wasn't getting the deals as she needed. Now she said she has moved past that. She has learn to validate herself, and what she does is she goes do her things herself, and somehow people get to recognize her, that she doesn't, before she will have to sit down to wait for recognition, that right now she is going all out and doing her thing, and before you know it, people recognize that. So the therapist actually commended her for that and told her to keep striving, that definitely she will get to where she want to be. It's good for people to need people's validation in their lives, that you're not an island. You have to seek for people's opinion to know how to carry on your life and all that. Then it moved on to Tacha, and with what the therapist was saying, it seems that he has been watching Tacha actually. Although he has been what he said, he watched the show keenly. He has been following Tacha on Instagram before she moved for the show, and he knows Tacha's personality very well. So when he saw Tacha initially in the beginning of the show, he felt like Tacha was playing Sisi's script. And guys, let me not lie, I felt the same way. Even other people, because we were seeing comments on social media, we felt she was trying to play the Sisi role. But the therapist said that along the line, that he started seeing something different, because one, she was consistent with what she was doing, and she was always defensive, like she had this emotion, this wall chained over her. She didn't want to make friends with anybody. She was just like trying to be an island of her own and all that. So he was trying to tell her that it is not good to always be defensive. It's always good to be open-minded, to know what people think. So he said that Tacha is the kind of person that she bears grudges a lot. So if you hurt her, she's the kind of person that on your next birthday, she may likely not to wish you a happy birthday. So she carries that in mind, and she's the kind of person that she will be like, since you hurt me, there's no need to be my friend. So she'll just friend zone you from there. Thatcher said, that she had a lot going on her mind, the issue of her mom and her uncle, and the fact that people that needed to help her at some points were not there to help her. So she struggled a whole lot to be where she is now. So she's the kind of person that she feels like she doesn't need anybody's validation. She doesn't need anybody's opinion. Since she did it by herself and got here thus far, that she can always succeed. So who are you to come and talk to me? So that's the kind of life she has been living all along, because no one was there to help her, no one was there to help the mom. And she even went ahead to say, like, the uncle will come and wish the mom happy birthday, and the uncle was not there for them. So she's like, why will you come and be wishing my mom happy birthday now? She's gone. Like, are you trying to get my attention? Are you trying to please me or what? So that she doesn't really see any sense in that, and that is how her life has been framed. And then she talked about her relationship with the housemate. She said actually what she did in the house was a defense mechanism, that she told herself that, see, I don't want to go there and fall in love. I don't want to go there and make friends with people, and then at the end of the day they will blackmail me, or they will nominate me, because it's a game. We're going there to nominate people, and then everyone is fighting for the money. So I wouldn't want my friend to call someone my friend, then I will come out from the house and find out that, see, this person was even backstabbing me. So she just wanted to be on her own. She friend zoned everybody. She did her own thing. So if you give it to her, if you give her bars, she will give you bows. That it was all planned out. Now the doctor now told her that that's really affected her personality, and she confirmed that. She said yes, that is how people see her outside the house now, that no matter what she does, they feel like the Thatcher they're talking to now is a Thatcher that they knew from the house, because she was extra defensive. Now she said she's trying to change that, and she's trying to smile more at people. Like when she's relating with you, she tried to smile more, because the therapist said, how do you feel when you're talking with somebody and then they look at your face is all boned up, like you are not even smiling? She said she's working on that. She's really trying to change the personality that was perceived of her in the house, and to become a better person. Like her relationship with the housemates now are very, very cool. Like she talks with them very well. He talks about the issue, Ella, that there was a time they met at the AMVCA, and she related very well with Ella, that Ella was even surprised. Yes, and Ella confirmed it and said yes, that is true. So the therapist also talked about the Titans, trying to say that the Titans are pro-feminists, that anytime they see Thatcher's issue, they just attack everybody. That is not good. And Thatcher actually said yes, that is not good, that for them to be portraying that kind of thing, that is actually not good. So definitely she'll work on all those things. And guys, it's not good to judge a book by the cover. Happy here derina moto bayena moto. Leave what is written on the descriptions on the car, inscriptions on the car, and enter the car. You don't really know, because a lot of people carry a lot of baggages in them, and then when they react, it shows in their action. So when you begin to judge people, or when you begin to expect people to talk or behave in a certain way, it may not really work, and it will affect them. So now we moved on to fraud. Fraud was, the guy said that fraud did not know how to handle his emotions, that he saw fraud as a fraud, like the main fraud, FRAUD, because he felt that fraud was playing a script. Fraud was always emotional, that it's it appeared to him like he was acting on a particular script and that it really favored him. But Freud said that in as much as he was that people perceive it at that way, that it wasn't really so, because he was carrying a whole lot on him, that the issue of the mom also came up again, and you guys know that the mom had surgery. So he also said that the housemates felt that he was playing a game in the house, and that was why they tried to bully him a lot. And because he was always emotional, and the fact that he was also scared of going home, not just because of eviction per se, like being evicted out of the house, but his fears was that what if he leaves and he's hearing a bad news, the mom is dead? How would the mom, even if the mom is alive, how would the mom receive him? Because it seems like he abandoned the mom and then went for the show, because he did not even try to check up on her to know if she was okay and how the surgery was going. So the therapist told him that he has to always be in control of his emotion, that he shouldn't feel that because he appeared to him as weak, because he was always crying, he was always defensive also. Now that he should henceforth, or he should always himself or ask himself this question: am I needed in this conversation? When I'm talking, how do I want to be perceived? What are the kind of things I need to say? Like, you don't just dive into a conversation when you are not needed. Like, you have to be thoughtful of all your actions, you know. So he said, the mom taught him how to be a man and also a woman at the same time. Men don't cry, men has to be strong, men has to struggle, men have to hustle, you know. And at the same time, she taught him that you have to also let out your emotions. You don't have to bottle up all those things, because the fact that you are a man doesn't mean that you don't have emotions, okay? So the doctor advised him that he should always be open to constructive criticism. Also, generally, he talked about interpersonal relationship. At some point, guys, the doctor will always try to explain things to the housemates. Like, he talked about interpersonal relationship, he talked about constructive criticism, that we should be open to constructive criticism. He talked about external locus, like when some people when you are giving 70, when you're in school, you are giving a score like 70 over 100, you say, yes, I passed, I made 70 over 100. But when the teacher gives you 20 over 100, you say, they gave me 20 over 100. Now you are no longer taking your action, you're no longer taking responsibility for your actions. Like, if you made 70 over 100, you as well made 20 over 100. So when you now say to be, they gave me 20 over 100, you're now trying to say that you don't deserve that, or that wasn't actually what you made. So that we should be open to constructive criticism, that we should always try to I'm using we because I was actually seeing it like he was talking to everyone, okay? So that they should always be open to criticism, even in as much as these fans, trolls and all that at some point you should listen to them. If it's at a particular bad comment is coming to you, you should sit down and say, why are these people saying this? Is there a way I can change, or are they just trying to throw at me? Now that they shouldn't dwell on the negative part, they should dwell mostly on positivity, so that they know how to push forward. So guys, I have really learned a lot from this. So it's really good for one to get to a psychologist, a therapist, just to onboarding, to pour your mind, and also let out some stuffs, because you may think that you have the solution to everything. But when someone like a therapy, I'm not saying you should go and meet a friend or a family friend or somebody that will not give you wrong advice, like a therapist, a one-on-one section that you can talk to and just onboarding, and feel free. They give you, like, they look at your life and then tell you what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right and all that. life anaga, life will just move on. Okay, so guys, we have come to the end of today's reunion. If you did enjoy it, please, you know what to do. Hit the like button for your girl, and also subscribe to my channel to support me. Thank you always for sticking around to watch, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.